So today I want to share with you how I went from this C's failing student to becoming a top student, getting my straight A's. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to learn how to get straight A's too. So if you're new here, I was featured in the newspaper for getting good grades in my national exam, and I also ranked consistently top 10 in school, and also got a scholarship, and then I graduated from the Nanyang Technological University. And I know, like, when you see my results, you might have certain thoughts like, oh, maybe she's born smart. I can tell I'm not born smart. I'm not born smart because when I was 15, 16, not to get too much into detail, I was getting D's and C's. Since I was 6 years old, all the way to primary school, I was bullied a lot in school. But then the bullying intensified when I reached middle school, when I was like 14, 15, because I was just the quietest girl in class. So a lot of the bullies, they like to bully quiet people. So because I was bullied so much in school, I was really depressed too. And also there were, I think, 2 teachers who also engaged in the bullying. Sometimes they initiated it because sometimes when they are bored teaching, then they'll be like, so hey guys, do you want to hear Brittany talk? Of course, back then my name is not Brittany, but then that's another thing. But then, like, when they say that, a lot of times the whole class will laugh. So it's a really depressing time for me because I didn't have a lot of friends in middle school. A lot of times I'll just go home and cry in my own room. My family don't even know that. And then when I was 16, my parents decided that they want to separate and divorce. So that hit me really hard. And then because I just want to numb the pain I have, I got addicted to gaming. I game non-stop every single day. Then my grades became so bad. I was getting C's and D's, E's even. It became so bad that I almost dropped out. One day, it was a new semester, I remember. I was at my lowest point. Something just clicked. And when you're so depressed, when you're so all the way down there, the only way to go is up. Agree with me? So I decided on that new semester, I told myself, I'm gonna study so hard, and go to my dream university. At that point in time, my dream uni is NTU and US in Singapore. And for my school, a lot of people like to say, oh, only the top 5%, top 1% can get into these 2 universities. So imagine that when I'm failing like this, and then I go to school and then I tell my friends, those 1 or 2 friends that I have, I want to study in NUS and NTU. Can you imagine their reaction? Maybe try to aim a little bit lower, you know what I'm saying? So nobody believed in me, including the teachers. So I told myself, nobody believed in me, okay, it's okay. I only need me to believe in myself. Then I studied so hard. I studied in holidays, weekends, my birthday, Christmas, New Year. I studied all the way. So hard. I studied so hard. I remember when I was on a plane, I brought along my textbook to study. That was how bad I wanted to succeed. Then eventually, cut the long story short, I managed to get my straight A's. And then something hit me hard again because my biological father is not the most responsible person. Don't get me wrong, I still love him. Even though he's been abusive to me and also to my mom and also to my brother. But then for some reason, because he's my dad, I still love him. Even right now, as I'm filming this. And one day he told me, I'm not going to fund you through university. I know there are kids on this channel watching this, but he has sugar babies. You know what I'm saying? For kids, don't Google this, okay? Because it's not important for you to know, but let's just say that he has a couple of girlfriends. And he decided to use my school fees to feed those girlfriends. So basically, his girlfriends are more important than his family. So I told myself, I got these straight A's, then how do I go to university? Then I told myself the only way is to get a scholarship. It's either I get a scholarship or I don't study at all. It's this or that. So I got to work really hard and eventually I managed to get a scholarship. And then at that point in time, I ranked number 1 in class a couple of times. Then sometimes I dropped to number 2, then number 3. But I was consistently ranked top 3. So it was not overnight. It wasn't overnight. It took me a long time to get to being a top student. Like, I had to remove all my self-doubt, low self-esteem. So aside from my story, I just want to share with you like how I studied every single day to get my straight A's. The first thing, okay, this is super big, is I started studying even on day 1. You know, a lot of people, they started studying only in the middle of the semester or a week before exam, 2 weeks before exam. I started studying on day 1 of school. In fact, even before school starts, I already had those textbooks, right, for the new semester. During the school holiday, I'll just study. Because I know I'm not born super smart. So that's why I know that I need to put in the hard work. Then the second thing is, I did a lot of exercises. So of course, it's good to read the textbook, study the textbook, but then the way you will learn better is through doing a lot of practice questions. For my school, we have a lot of past year papers, exam papers, so I'm just going to do all the past year papers that I could find. I'll go to the library and then find those past year exam papers. I'll just do everything. This is going to help you overcome those days where you don't feel like studying, okay? Is to have a goal that excites you and have a goal that stretches you. Not a goal that is like super realistic, that you think you can easily achieve. Something that is slightly beyond what you think you can achieve, because I can tell that there's no limits. There's no limits. I went from the bottom of my class to top 10 within 1 semester. And none of my teachers back then believed that was possible. That was even possible. So be willing to dream big. Don't limit yourself, okay? So a lot of times on those days when I don't feel like studying, where I feel like too tired, too depressed to study, I'll just open my little notebook and then just look at my goals. Look at my goals. Hey, you want to study in NTU, NUS? Get up, study right now. And also way before exam, I'll visualize myself getting straight A's. I'll visualize myself being a top student. You have to be that person first before you even see it in real life. Okay, if you believe in law of attraction, you understand this. I'll visualize myself tackling all the questions in exams very easily, and sure enough, it did happen. I'll visualize myself getting my straight A's, then seeing my mom super proud, being super proud, and sure enough, it happened. But of course, you gotta put in the work, okay? So if you want more study tips like this, let me know. This is the first video where I talk on the camera like this. Yeah, I'll talk to you in the next video. Study hard, achieve your dream. And he